Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. My name is Brendan Lee with thebrendanlee.com, in support of consciousness and skill worldwide. If you want to get serious, check the links in the description. In this video, I want to talk to you about the difference between and help you clarify the who am I versus the what am I contemplations. Now, this question came from me via my forum. I have a client that I'm working with, and he was working on this contemplation business. If you want to learn about contemplation, please check my previous videos. You can go back and take a look. But in this case, the question is like, what's the difference between who am I and what am I? Because people will be working on who they are, and then they will come up with this question like, how come that's different? And one of the things I want to share with you is that it doesn't ultimately, it doesn't matter what the difference is between those two questions. Since I hear tell that Ramana Maharshi would use the who am I question, and that would cover who am I, what is life, what is another, what is existence, what is whatever. In the absolute sense. He just used the who am I question throughout. So it doesn't matter what question you use. It just matters what you become conscious of. Okay? Ultimately. So, but in the work and the way that we approach becoming conscious here at Cheng Shin is, think of it, you can think of it this way. So I want to give you some stuff to think about, and then when you're contemplating, I want to invite you to throw out everything that you hear me say, because it really, as best I can tell, it just really gets in the way. But maybe this will help give you a way to think about it so that your mind can have something to latch on to that makes a difference, and you go, okay, good, and then toss it out and get back to contemplating, because that's ultimately where the value is in this case, is in you wanting to know what's true and setting out to become conscious for yourself right now. That's what you do. You see, if you want to contemplate. Don't worry about other things. But in this case, who am I? Metaphorically, is kind of like if you were to imagine a table, okay? And on this table is everything in existence. The table represents existence. Or that, this really sucks, but the table represents what's absolutely true, say. So, okay, good. Got a table, doesn't worry about that. Now, everything in your experience is on the table. Everything that is possible for you to experience as if is on the table. Oh man, this is really falling apart in my mind. So like you have emotions on the table, you have perceptions on the table, you have your core sense of you as a feeling perception is also on the table, and then there is just you. The existence of you is also as if on the table. Now, if you are contemplating and then you ask in the way that we approach this work, and you're asking, what am I? But you don't first know who you are, asking what am I before you know who am I, the who am I question, you will put your attention on you, but if you are confused with something that you're not, in the case of the table, you might put your attention on yourself as a shoe. You might put your attention on like an emotional feeling of like conviction that you exist. And you will mistakenly put your attention on something that's not you. So the who am I contemplation is like clarifying the you part. It's like getting conscious of the one who needs to become enlightened. Now, we don't hold the who am I contemplation as an enlightenment question. It's not becoming conscious of anything absolute. It's just becoming directly conscious of you. And then you can ask, what am I? You see, you can get conscious of who you are without necessarily becoming conscious of what you are. So in the case of the metaphor, which I apologize, it's really stupid, on the table, you isolate the you as opposed to a feeling or a perception or some sense of awareness or anything else except for you. And then you go, what is the nature of me? You see, you can, so then you can put your attention on you and not you confused with any of the other crap or any sort of spiritual dogma or a thought of the nature of existence or some feel-good stuff or some feel-bad stuff or some weird stuff or some hallucination stuff or some really awesome sense of becoming one with the universe stuff or some experience. Because every experience you have is an experience that you have. You have an experience, and I don't care what it is. I don't care if it is the most fantastic, good, awesome, spiritual, mind-blowing feeling that is still an experience that you have. So in the who am I question is to clarify you. And then you ask, what am I? But if you don't get clear ahead of time, when you put your attention on you, you might think you are some sense or some feeling or some spiritual phenomena. Okay, you might mistakenly think you are a story. I don't know. I've seen people confuse themselves with all kinds of crap. All right, so the trap that we're trying to avoid with first using the who am I question is we're trying to keep people from focusing on the wrong thing and thereby contemplating what am I like, and it's kind of like contemplating what am I, and I am a shoe. And so it's like asking what is the nature of a shoe, and it's completely missing me. You see? So that's a little bit about the difference between the who am I versus the what am I question. Who am I is getting conscious of the one who needs to get enlightened. And then what am I, in the way we're approaching this, is now working toward becoming conscious of the absolute nature of what's absolutely true of you. Like, what are you? What's your nature? And that's the difference between those two questions. Okay? So I hope this helped clarify. Now, for those of you out there who are actually working on this and actually contemplating, you can take this knowledge, but throw it out. It is useless. And as I was considering, how to speak about this question that I received in my forum, which you're invited to join other people there. If you have questions, work with me, and I'll provide these for you. Better yet, do a workshop, shameless plug, okay, is toss out what I said, but if you're actually contemplating, if you're actually working on this out there, right, now remember, thank you. I got off track there. I don't remember a time where I was ever wondering about the difference between the who am I and what am I question. I just working on it. However, in my years of study here, I went through many workshops, and I would hear Peter say that over and over again, like clarifying the difference. So, and people would ask that question more than once. So it does seem to be useful to do that, to clarify it. Okay? But again, to remind you, toss it all out. It's pretty much worthless. Good, you've clarified the difference between the two. Now get busy and get really curious about who you are if you're working on who you are. See? Want to know who you really are. Intend to become conscious now and open up. See? And just get busy contemplating as opposed to intellectualizing or worrying about the difference between the two. Okay? And if you're working on what am I, good. You've got who you are. You've perhaps opened up the possibility of having an insight or a breakthrough that can be mind-blowing, if it is. And get what you are. Like, what are you made of? What is your nature? Focus on who you really are, as if who you are, you, and ask, like, what am I? What am I made of? Like, what is my nature? And again, intend to become conscious now. Don't wait. Reference any of my previous videos on contemplation. And that should assist you in your contemplative efforts. All right? So I hope that's clarified it. Toss it out. Get busy contemplating. If you want to get more serious, if you want to get a little serious, I have a free course and some free valuable content so I can steal your email and then invite you to other stuff. And then if you want to get serious, check the links in the description. You can work with me online coaching. Come here, do a workshop. That's even better. It's much more powerful that way, and it will blow your mind, likely. Right? Can't promise that because it's up to you to do the work. Okay, so take it easy. Thanks for the questions. Keep them coming. Much love, and I'll talk to you later.